Good morning, everyone. I'm back in the land of the living. Only just, but yeah, I'm back in the land of the living. I'm not crying today. Got a scarf on because I'm going out shortly. I need to get some groceries. Absolutely no food in this house. Obviously because I was doing the jury service, and yesterday we were visited by another storm, so there's no food in this house, so I need to go out after I've made this video. I wanted to come on today. I look back at that video and yeah, I'm a bit of a mess, haven't I? But I do make these videos, and I'm not ashamed to make these videos. I make these videos just to show that we are all human. We are all human underneath our skin and our hair and everything else, that we are all human. And I have to say that doing jury service did affect me quite a lot, not only physically but mentally as well. And I want to talk very briefly. I know I say very briefly and then I roll on to 15-20 minutes, and I might have mentioned judgment calls like in other videos when I was going on about Brené Brown or something like that. I think if you ever, or if you never made a judgment call, on someone without really getting to know them or knowing the facts of their history? Have you never made a judgment call? Hold your hand up. I think we can all be guilty, and I hold my hand up to say that I probably am guilty, and it's not a good thing to do. I'm not going to go into, I think I'm allowed to speak about it now, but I'm not going to go into it. I would say that on seeing the accused person, to start with, I didn't like the look of him, which right away I've made a judgment call. On that man without even the trial and not even hearing any evidence, which is wrong. I would say now, after sitting in court for 3 days, listening to his accuser's evidence, listening to the Crown prosecution's evidence, his defence lawyer's evidence, and the fact that this man was not of English origin but was prepared to try and defend himself or give evidence with the help of a translator. I would say that that was quite a brave thing to do. And my opinion, I think you might have heard me say I've had 5 citations now in the last 5 years, but it's the first time I've ever been actually picked. My opinion is, and for the benefit of the end story, the man was found guilty with some adjustments made to the charge. My opinion now is that I don't think members of the public are adequately equipped. It's very intense. It's a lot to take in while you're sitting there, all the legal jargon, Friday my head was splitting the whole day. The whole day I was there. And the air is thick. I would say that, but obviously, I would say jurors would be better. They would be better picking out people who are retired lawyers or retired judges, because they're more, equipped. Obviously, a member of the public has done the walk of life and they've got common sense, and it is a huge weight to carry, knowing that you hold somebody's life in your hands. And I have been thinking about it since Friday, since it ended. I am, good or bad, I would class myself as an empath. I am a very caring person. Obviously, I wouldn't have chosen caring as a profession otherwise. But being an empath means that you soak up everyone else's energy that you come into contact with. Hence, when I was sitting in a room with 14 other people, I found it completely draining. And that was not even sitting in the court. I have spoke about this before as well, where I always say I'm an introvert. I don't think I'm an introvert, but I am quite a quiet person. And I know extroverts are the ones that are remembered the most, the ones that are, the life and soul of the party. To me, a huge big party is my worst nightmare. I think I cope quite well when I go on holiday with the airports and it being busy and crowds and stuff. But sitting in a room with 14 people that I don't know was quite difficult for me, and I just felt like my voice was drowned out. And at times when I was trying to speak, especially when I was trying to tell them about my poetry and self-publishing, it was like they didn't believe me. I don't have a lot in common with other women, obviously, because I've never been married, I've never had kids, and it was half and half, the jury, so it was like, men and women. I just found the whole thing completely, utterly draining, physically and mentally, and I hope that I don't have to do it again. Somebody said that once you have been selected, you don't get called again for a good couple of years. I do hope that's the case. Obviously, I was lucky that it was only 3 days, and that was enough. That was enough for me. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about, as I say, the judgment calls, and we're all guilty. We're all guilty of making judgment calls, and before we even open the book, and it's not a good thing to do. It's really not a good thing to do, because we are all human. We've all got a story to tell, and we've all been through things that have changed us, either in a good way or a bad way. Judgment calls are not good to make on anyone, but I think we're all guilty. I know I am, and I take accountability for all my faults, all my faults. because you have to, you know. There's people out there that might think they're blameless or they're faultless, and they've never, you know, they've never done anything wrong. Yeah, I'm not an angel. I'm not an angel, but as I always say, I've never deliberately set out to hurt anyone else, but I have made a lot of screw-ups and mess-ups, errors of judgment where I've trusted people, and particularly when I was in a vulnerable place after I lost my mother. So I'm hoping this week that I did write 2 or 3 poems yesterday, but I'm not altogether, they're not, you know, I don't think they're, but I always think that, you know, I always think that. And first and foremost, next week I do need to make an appointment with my doctor. If I can get an appointment. If I can get an appointment. Yeah, if I can get an appointment. But this crying thing is only a recent thing with me, and I don't like it. I don't like, you know, it hurts. It hurts, and I know they say you're not supposed to keep it in, but it hurts. And I don't, and it's probably not even, you know, if I was doing something, if I was crying where I had been maybe doing something connected to try and heal myself, I could understand, but it's not. It can come on for, I feel it during the day, and I feel it, and it builds up and it builds up, and then it's just like a dam bursting. I am of the opinion that I do have some form of PTSD, but I've never been diagnosed, and I want to put that forward to my doctor, because I'm sure I have, because when I was abused, I spent a great deal of time walking on eggshells, not knowing what I was waking up to. My body was always on high alert, and even now I'm not in that relationship, I still find it extremely hard to relax, even in my own kingdom. So yeah, I'm going to put that forward to my doctor. And I've ran on to 15 minutes, but there might be parts of this video that you can resonate with, maybe not, I don't know. I was going to mention the C word, but I'm not going to mention the C word. So it's 8 today, yeah. Let's not go there with the C word. I hope you've all had a good weekend. I really need to go out now and get some groceries, because there's not a thing. I managed to scrape some things together yesterday, but the cupboard's bare. So I'm going to love you and leave you now, and as I say, I'm not crying, I'm back in the land of the living, but I don't make the videos for pity, never for pity. I don't, you know, I just want people to see how, I want to raise awareness of domestic abuse, but I also want to raise awareness of mental health issues, and to make sure that everybody knows that it is okay not to be okay, because we're all human. thanks for being here. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense and my tears and everything else. 15 minutes, but I'm just going to say this in closing. I thought with it being coming up to the C word, as a gesture of goodwill to yourselves and anybody else who has supported me on this poetry journey, that I know I did the giveaway not so long ago, which nobody took me up on, which is fine. I think I might go to Amazon and put Pieces of Me, the Kindle version, on a free promotion this week or for a few days for US residents, just to say thank you. And with only one proviso, I would ask that if you choose to download it, if you've got a Kindle, that you would be so kind as to leave me a review, and that's all I ask. But once I go to Kindle and I put it on a promo, I will do an announcement. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to get together the PDF version that I was going to put on Coffee. I'm afraid that I've not done that yet. So, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to do it this week. That's my voice going. I've had no tea or anything, and I've not been smoking 60 cigarettes either. Have a good day, and as I say, thanks for being here, and thanks for putting up with my tears, and I'll see you next time. Bye just now.